2.43. So super2.43. And Yanju, while 3 Tabasya. And that means by austerity, impurities of body are destroyed, and our true power is healed. So offer my sankalpa to you. So please repeat your own and complete it. Thank you and surrender the simplicity of this transformation. I work to heal the light within my heart so I might express unconditional love while I embrace a life of single. Drive your arms up to extended mountain pose. Gaze can be soft and eyes closed. Spiral the pinkies in, let the shoulders drop away from you. With an exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Pressing the thumbs deeply into the sternum. Finding your sarcophagus once again. Full breath. And the fourth inhale. Bring forward. Think about not leaving, even when not really creep. For more than or have anything about ulcers or pressing your hands on the inner thigh. Watch me for a moment, and I'll show you. For the Uddiyana Bandha, pulling the lower pelvic floor up and engaging everything in the lower pelvic floor and upper abdomen, pulling the diaphragm up into the upper ribs. Hands facing inwards towards the sides, heels coming out, in, toes coming out. Pressing all the way in your shoulders, rounding the back slightly like a cat back. And then you take 3 preparation breaths. So deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and then 3 inhales through the mouth. Exhale it out. Inhale the second mouth. And then with that big inhale, the knees through the straw. Sucking through the straw, not breathing. So imagine that you're pouring air through the straw. And then do the inhale and then big exhale. Option pump if that's in your practice. And then if the read is in your practice, try to do the pumps 15 times first before trying to do the read. But if you're trying to do the read, best way to do it is to come down, take a little sit-up position. Notice what this looks like here. That's what it should look like when you create your read. So if you want to come down to the mat, that's what it feels like with a small crunch, but that's what it's going to be. Bring the read down. Yes, when you're ready. Take about 8 to 10 rounds. And then when you're finished, come to the sitting position. Every bit of air out before you bring Uddiyana Bandha. Also take this to tabletop position if that feels better for you. And then just fully release the tongue so fully to try to maybe try and incorporate Jalandhara Bandha after you let out all of the air. Jalandhara Bandha, remember, is your throat block. And keep all of the blood in the chest and the Hold it down that one, remember to swallow. And then halfway through your swallow, you pop this up. Half us grow, feel the heat build. Trying to breathe. Make sure you're not putting any weight. All the way around. All the weight shifts from one arm to the other. Just final round. That's right, that's right. So, all right. All right. Nice. I'll try forward, plus we move together. Take one more inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, inch your hips, as we exhale forward. We'll be passing this over to Ashlyn to take us through awesome. I'm going to begin and now include one. Oh, sorry. Okay. Stepping our torso is nice and tall, finding a soft gaze. We'll be coming around with hands-on adjustments today. If you prefer not to be touched for any reason, go ahead and give us a big old wave so we may respect your space. Know that consent is ongoing, so if at any point you would prefer not to receive adjustments, go ahead and wave us off. We're always happy to respect your space and come back around later. Beginning to reconnect with your Ujjayi breath. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Slight constriction in the back of the throat. Breath coming up really nice and loud and proud. Pulling that warmth in, energizing ourselves. In, fluttering the eyes open and bringing our arms up and overhead for extended mountain pose. Biceps and pinky spiral in, shoulders relaxed on the spine. Nice extension through the ribs. Exhale as we bring the fingers all the way down through the center of the foot.
up to a standing halfway lift. Planting hands on the thighs or the shins. And exhale forward. And as we swing arms all the way up and overhead for extended mountain pose, maybe leaning a little bit back, further back than we usually do, bringing a tiny back bend into this pose. Gorgeous. And exhale as we bring the fingers all the way back down for forward. Standing halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale as we plant our hands and step it back for plank. Inhale as we lower ourselves all the way down with control. Coming to rest on our bellies. Inhale, shine the chest forward, little to no weight in the hands for baby cobra. Exhale, release to the mat. Inhale, rise into a baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, putting weight back into our hands and tucking our toes for downward facing dogs. Hips come up and back. Ears in line, ears in line with the biceps. Maybe finding a little movement here that feels good. Pedaling out the legs, nodding the head yes, shaking the head no. Maybe do a little dance in your down dog, swing the hips side to side. Coming in to settle back into a down dog. Inhale as we shift forward to upward facing dog. Shins, thighs, and hips are up off the ground, tops of the feet. And to rest on the mat, heart shines forward. And exhale as we push it back to downward facing dog. Going through a couple of those at your own pace. Inhale as we rock it forward for a nice big back bend. And exhale as we relax back or downward facing. Exhale and downward facing. Taking a moment to take a big inhale through your nose and sighing it all out now. Inhale, gaze shifts forward, and exhale, tiptoeing our feet all the way to our hands for forward fold. Standing halfway in. And exhale forward. As we come up to extended mountain pose, maybe dropping those shoulders a little further back, having a nice little back bend, a nice big heart opener. And exhale as we bring our fingers all the way down for forward fold. Inhale, standing halfway lift. And exhale as we plant the hands and step it back to a plank. Inhale as we come to our chosen back bend, maybe coming to an upward facing dog or a baby cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. And now as we shift back forward to upward facing dog. Now tucking the toes and coming to plank pose. Feeling that core engage, getting a nice long line of energy down the spine. Connecting with your breath. Always an option to take plank on your knees. Exhale as we come all the way back to downward facing dog. Going through your half series if you'd like, or just coming right back to downward facing dog. On your inhale, go ahead and walk your hands backwards towards your feet. So we're standing at the bottom edge of our mat. Go forward fold, maybe taking a ragdoll variation here. Inhale as you come to standing halfway lift. And exhale, relaxing all the way down. Inhale as we take our hands from our forward fold and walk them back up to plank. Taking your half series if you like. Moving back and downward facing dog. One breath per movement now. Inhale as we come to upward facing dog. And exhale, rocking back to plank. And as we come to our center and exhale, as we walk our hands back to our feet. For standing forward fold. Inhale as we come up for standing halfway lift. And exhale all the way back down. Pointing the hands and walking them back forward. Keep going through your half series if you'd like, or moving in a downward facing. Inhale, right leg lifts for three-legged down dog. Exhale as we bring it all the way through for low lunge. Taking some time to surf it out here. Maybe straightening the front leg, rocking back. Maybe drop to the back knee. Maybe grab some blocks. Finding what feels good on this side here. Inhale as we come back to the center. Let's bring our hands to heart center. And stack it up for crescent lunge. Taking a couple minutes or a couple moments here. Feeling the inner thighs engage as we squeeze our legs together. Stacking up nice and tall through the spine. Inhale as you lean forward and exhale as you bring your left elbow to your right knee, forward ball crescent. Your hands, the bottom hand can come to a block. Your elbow can come to rest on your knee if you'd like. You may drop down to the back knee. Beautiful variations. Inhale as you slowly come back to center. Exhale, planting the hands on the inside of that foot, and then stepping it back for plank. Going through your half series, inhaling to your toes and back bend. Exhaling as we dog. In the left fingers this time. Exhale as we bring it all the way through for low lunge on this side. Surfing it out on this side, maybe rocking forward, rocking back. Our left and right sides are rarely, if ever, symmetrical. So what felt good on the right might not feel good on the left. And what feels good on the left might not feel good on the right. Just take your time. Left, center, find neutral low lunge. Exhale as we bring our hands to heart center and stack it up for crescent lunge. Nice, tall spine, shoulders rolled away from the ears. Gorgeous. Inhale as we bow our torso forward and exhale as we twist right elbow to left knee for revolved crescent lunge. Always an option to bring your bottom hand to a block on the inside or the outside of the leg. You could drop that back knee. Then inhale as we come back through center. And exhale as we plant the hands on the inside of that foot. And then kick it back for flank. Optional half series here. And inhaling as we come into our building back bend. And exhaling in a downward facing dog. Always going to take a restorative child's pose. Connecting with our Ujjayi breath here, taking just a moment, feeling the heat. Beautiful. And inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it up for low lunge. Inhale as we spiral that back to downward warrior 2. And nice tall torso, back foot is parallel with the back edge of the mat. Front foot is pointed forward, knee tracking over that. Those front 3 toes. Inhale as we sink a little bit lower, and exhale as we reach forward and tick-tock the arms for extended side angle. Inhale as we wheel the arms back for reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands to the floor for low lunge. Walking your front foot up and out one handprint and adjusting so your hands are on the inside of your foot for lizard lunge. Dropping to that back knee, top of the foot releases to the mat. There is an option to drop that knee out for in outward rotation. There's also an option for a half bind, reaching back with your right hand to drop that left foot. You can drop to your forearms if you'd like. Really nice, big stretch. If your knee is kind of dropped out for that rotation, keep that front foot flexed like you're standing on it. If your lizard is sleepy and you drop to your forearms, slowly begin to wake it up, putting our weight back into our hands. Exhale as we pick it back for 3-legged down dog, doing that leg, a nice big shape. Before we plant that foot. And switch to our other side, left leg lifts this time. Exhale as we bring it all the way through for low lunge. Inhale for warrior two. Bring it up nice and tall. Inhale as we sink just a little bit lower. Exhale as we reach forward and tuck the arms for extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Bring the arms back, feeling that nice big side body stretch. And exhale, cartwheel the hands to the ground. For low lunge, adjusting for lizard lunge, move those hands to the inside of that foot, walking the foot up and out. Reaching for a half bind on this side. Noticing what feels different on this side. Your lizard has decided to take a little nap, slowly waking it up. Pressing weight into the palms. Exhale as we bring it back for an optional half series, maybe picking it back to a like a down dog and leg a nice big shape. Only one breath per movement now. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it all the way through for low lunge. Inhale, stacking it up, warrior two. Exhale, extended side in. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the earth, taking an optional half series here. Looks like this. Exhale, bring it all the way through for warrior two. Or for low lunge and warrior two. Inhale, extended side in, or exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale as we put the hands back down to the earth, moving down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it all the way through for low lunge, adjusting our hands for lizard lunge. Bring both of them to the inside of that foot. Option to drop the back. Option to bring the back foot up for a half bind. And back to center. And the count to downward facing dog. And exhale, right or left leg lifts. In just a moment here. Exhale as we bring it all the way through for low lunge on this side, adjusting for lizard lunge. Walking that foot up and out, one handprint, one footprint. Option to take a half bind on this side. back to center. Exhale. Maybe back and downward facing dog, maybe taking a half series and taking a moment for child's pose. We will meet on our knees for core. I'll be doing core. I'm over here in the front with you. So if you would like, you can come peek at me. We're going to start in a plank pose. You can take it on your knees. You could take it on your feet. Finding what feels good for you. When we inhale, we're going to lift our right leg. And as we exhale, we're going to curl into a three-legged down dog, bringing our knee to our nose. And inhale, back to a three-legged. Exhale, bring it all the way through. Doing 5 of those in total. Did 2. This one. Planting that right foot and repeating on the left side now. Left leg lifts. It doesn't have to be super high. It can be if you'd like. And then curling in, into those. And up. Exhale as you curl in, inhale, long the head. We're done with those 4 and 5 on the left side. Go ahead and take maybe a little moment. Take a nice child's pose, doing big stretches. We're going to get ready for side plank on the right side next. Our left hand will come to the middle of the mat. We're going to stack our hips. Feet can be staggered. Come down to the knee on one side. Maybe dropping that top arm back just a little bit further. So there's just this slight back bend. Or just beautiful. And then back through center, setting up for side plank on the left side, planting the right hand, shining the left hand up towards the sky, maybe dropping it back a little bit for a nice back bend. Coming back through the center, maybe taking a moment to just take a nice little stretch. Core always it always helps me a little bit in core when I do a little back stretching in the middle. For our final pose, go ahead and come all the way down to your bellies. Setting up for locust pose. Hands come toward by your side, palms facing down. On an inhale, lift your legs, lift your arms, lift your chest. A beautiful flying locust. Inhaling and exhaling deeply, really riding the wave of your breath. Gorgeous. Coming to land from our little locust flight, laying flat on your belly. Maybe choose your favorite cheek and just laying there for a moment. Inhale, rolling over to land on your back. Bringing our knees up in towards our hips. Getting ready for the bridge pose. Our palms come to lay on the mat by your sides. Option to bridge pose here as well. Or setting up for bridge, option to do wheel pose as well. For bridge, you can walk your shoulders a little bit lower. Remember, there is no weight in your neck. If you'd like to come to wheel pose, you can bring your palms up by your ears, your fingers pointing down towards your shoulders. And then pushing up, feet are hips width apart, hands are shoulders width apart. Beautiful wheels, beautiful bridges. Exhale as we come all the way back to the mat. Lowering down with control, vertebrae by vertebrae. Maybe taking a fallen wheel pose here, or a fallen bridge pose here. Knocking the knees in. Maybe rolling it out. Taking any nice stretches that feel good. Inhale, letting your legs long go out long in front of you. And slowly rolling up the spine for staff pose. Inhale as we stack up nice and tall, arms coming overhead. Exhale as we keep a generous bend in the knees for forward fold. For seated forward fold, sorry. Pivoting from the hips. And then slowly releasing the head, the neck, the shoulders. Inhale, slowly rolling up with control. And exhale, releasing all the way to our back. The feet can come to rest on the mat. Then knees as we set up for figure 4 pose. Our right leg is going to come up. Right ankle is going to rest on left knee. Option to stay here. Option to put your left foot up on the block. Option to thread the needle, holding your thigh. I forgot which one was left and which one was right. And exhale as we release everything back to the mat. Switching sides, left ankle comes to right knee. Option to pull in towards your body, option to rest feet on the block. Option to straighten the left leg or the right leg this time. And so releasing all the way to the mat, taking a nice big good morning stretch. Releasing the legs all the way flat. Preparing for banana pose, which is one of my favorite poses to say because who does not love the visual of a banana? Walking our hand on an exhale, walk your hands and your feet to the right. Feeling a nice big stretch through that side body. Hips and shoulders flat on the earth. Inhale as we come back through center. Exhale, come to the left side now. Doing a nice big stretch on this other side. And down as we come all the way back through center. Exhale, hugging our knees in. Preparing for supine twist. Holding, keeping the right leg in, sending the left leg out long. Exhale as we melt our right leg towards our left side. The right knee can come to rest on a block, on a bolster. Our shoulders are nice, and flat on the floor. And slowly come to center, hugging the left knee, the right out long. Exhale, pull the left leg out to the right. Back to center for the last time. Hugging with both knees in, giving them one last big hug. Maybe reaching up to kiss your knees, thanking them for all they do for us. Thank you so much, knees. And then finally sending it all out nice and long. Settling into Shavasana. Taking any movement, any sips of water, preparing any props you'd like to use. Maybe rolling up a blanket and putting it under the knees or the hips. Maybe snuggling up under a blanket to keep nice and warm. Putting on a sweater. Any little movements, any little wiggles. Till we finally settle in. We'll be coming around with Shavasana adjustments. If you prefer not to be touched in Shavasana, go ahead and give us a big old wave so we may respect your space. Thank you all so much. I will guide you out one this time. Slow and yourself on the seated position. Maybe you can lotus pose. Thank you so much for sharing your awesome practice with me. I'll be handing it off to Alexis for our meditation practice today. Okay. You guys are already in a comfortable seat because I led you there. I do highly recommend that you have your hips propped up on your block or bolster, just so your hips are elevated over your knees. Find Sadhana or Hero's Pose, any posture that will have the soles of your feet shining upwards. We'll find a mudra as well, either Dhyana or Dhyana Mudra. So either with your thumb and index finger touching, or hands laying on your lap, thumbs touching here. Both palms facing upwards. This is to help receive prana, since these are the spots that are more sensitive to receiving prana. We're going to start with Kapalabhati, or skull shining breath. Skull shining breath, or Kapalabhati, is a breath that will help. I'm not going to say the word oxygenate. This is, you know, brings oxygen to our blood. And it will help us bring the fire in ourselves to a little bit more controlled fire. So we're burning Pitta to Agni. And it will also help clear our minds to help us begin to work on some of the cooler breaths and meditation. So just a little bit of the technical stuff before we really get started. Kapalabhati, we're going to be having a active exhale, short, quick exhale. We're going to use our belly to push all of the air out through our nose, and then we're going to allow our belly to expand and passively inhale. Now, the inhale is going to be longer than the exhale, so it's about a 4:1 ratio. We're going to start with with 15 breaths at 54 beats per minute. After we're done with the 15 breaths, we're going to do a hold, a 15-second hold, or a kumbhaka. Thank you. And with that hold, you're going to activate Jala Bara Bandha Jaradar. Thank you. Sanskrit is not with me today. By tucking your chin, half swallowing, you're going to feel it activate right here. And you'll also be looking at Shambhavi Mudra. Yeah. Okay, cool. So looking up at your third eye. So your eyes will go up and in towards your third eye. So that's what you're going to be doing with the hold. Now, if you feel like your hold is like you can't hold your breath for 15 seconds, or later on for the later amount, just make sure that you lift your head up and then take a breath in before breathing in. Also, be aware that our tendency is to begin to slouch as we're breathing in. So if you notice that your shoulders start to cave in, just start to open them back up. Same with our stomach. If you feel like you're breathing through your chest instead of your stomach, so instead of letting your diaphragm and stomach power that breath, if you feel like your stomach's what's leading that, take a step back, take a breath in, and then try to refocus back into the stomach. So we'll get started. Let me get the metronome going. Let me make sure it's loud enough. Everybody can hear it? Cool.
Okay, so let's take a deep breath in to prepare and out through the mouth. Okay, inhale one more time, halfway, and start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in deeply and hold. Get that Jaladhara Bandha and Shambhavi Mudra. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift your head and release. For the second round, we're gonna up the metronome to 63, and we're gonna do 30 breaths, and a 30-second hold. Everything else is the same. Same hold with the jaw, Jaladhara Bandha, and the Shambhavi Mudra. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Let me just start this again. Okay, ready? Inhale deeply to prepare and exhale. Inhale halfway and exhale forcefully. Deep inhale and hold Jaladhara Bandha, Shambhavi Mudra. Go through. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the head and release the breath. Okay, last one. We're going to keep it at the 63 beats per minute. We're going to do 45 breaths this time and a 45-second hold. Yes. So again, if you cannot hold your breath for 45 seconds, just make sure you lift your head first and then exhale. That is okay. I don't think I've made it 45 seconds myself. Okay, let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Breathe in halfway and exhale. And Take a deep breath in and hold. Good. Jardar Bandha, Shambhavi Bobby Mudra. More than halfway done. One more second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the head and breathe out. Awesome job, guys. Okay, so that was Kapalabhati. We're going to move on to our cooling breath, which is perfect for the season as we are now starting to get that warm weather finally. Not only does our cooling breaths cool us down physically, but it also helps calm our nervous system. So it's kind of a nice partner to Kapalabhati as that's kind of firing us up. This is just kind of cooling us down just a little bit. So we're going to do two different kinds. We're going to start with Shikari or Shitkari, which is going to be, as Austin likes to call it, the tostada tongue. So we're going to have a Joker smile. So teeth are going to be together. You're going to bring your teeth or your tongue to your lower teeth. So you'll feel your tongue press into your bottom teeth. We're going to inhale through our molars, that cooling breath. And then we're going to exhale through the nose. So you'll close the mouth and you'll exhale through the nose. We're going to also hold Shambhavi Mudra. Also hold or activate Jiva Bandha. So bringing your tongue to the back of your throat, to the back roof of your throat while you exhale. This is where we're going to introduce our double up breathing. So we're going to breathe from the stomach, the ribs, the chest, and then we're going to exhale stomach, ribs, chest. It's going to be equal part breathing as best as you can. So go ahead and prepare tongue to the bottom of your mouth, teeth together. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale through the nose, belly, ribs, chest. Wonderful. Go ahead and release. You can open your eyes. Now we're going to do Shitali, which will be the taco tongue if it's accessible to you. So you'll curl your tongue into a taco. You'll stick it out. It's going to be the same thing, except air is going through the tongue instead of the molars. You can do Shitkari if that is what you'd like to do. And then same hold. So we're going to do the double up. So go ahead, stick your tongue out. That's if you're doing Shitali. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale through the nose, belly, ribs, chest. Okay, last one of your choice. You can do Shitali or Shitkari. So we'll inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale through the nose, belly, ribs, chest. Go ahead and release. And our last breath is Nadi Shuddhi, although I am running very close on time. We've got a minute to do some Nadi Shuddhi. So we're going to take Vishnu Mudra. So take your ring finger and pinky together, index and middle finger together, thumb out. We're going to start inhaling through the left nostril. So you'll plug the right. I like to place my two middle fingers into my third eye because it just helps me with this a little bit more because this is not for me. Anyways, we're gonna inhale for a count of 6 and then exhale through the right nostril through for a count of 6. Inhale through the right for a count of 6, exhale for a count of 6. We'll introduce digital counting. So if you want to use your palm to keep track of that 6 count, we'll do this for a round and then we'll switch over to meditation since we don't have time to do the other stuff. Sorry. Okay. So inhale through both noses to no for both nostrils to prepare. And exhale through the mouth. Plug the right, inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. One more. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Release your hands down to your lap and just take a moment to notice where you're at in space. And then we're going to set up for meditation, handing it back to Lexi.
Position. Make sure the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands are up. Finding your own movement once again. Notice that your shoulders have caved in. Make sure to roll your shoulders up and back. Lift your heart, tilt the pelvis slightly forward. Keep the chin level with the chest. Find your breath once again. Natural, neutral breath. Calling back to your sankalpa before you enter meditation. Finding that self-discipline, even work through the struggle, as the struggle creates growth. Beginner meditation will work on visualization. So closing your eyes, maybe visualizing a red line traveling all the way from your sacral chakra to your crown and down to the root. Moving through each of the visions. The difference between meditation and pranayama is that we will be doing a double up wave. So breathing in, or we won't be doing a double up wave, we'll be doing breathing up and then breathing down. So 6 counts, inhale as you move from the root chakra all the way to the crown, and exhaling out through the nose as you move from the crown chakra all the way down to the root. So what the Bija chakra Kundalini meditation sounds like, you begin at the root with Ram, Tam, Ram, Yam, Pam, Om, and then from Om, Pam, Yam, Ram, Pam, Ram. 6 counts up, 6 counts down, breathing in and out through the nose. And as you do this, visualizing that red line all the way up. Maybe at each of the chakras, you find a spiral of light and spiral of energy. Take a deep breath in through the nose to prepare. Deep breath out through the nose. And begin your Bija chant, starting with love. And then you can sit down. So focus on as you still visualize the light within. Imagining that Purusha, the light shining from underneath all the cloths, or the bud trying to bloom. And this is called the risk to bloom. And then the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk to bloom. Returning back to our notice of tapas, the suffering. That's your bud trying to bloom. Knowing that it's more painful to keep that bud within the petals than to let the bud shine through. To adapt. And with healing comes choosing the discomfort, but you have to increase the tolerance and overcome all those desires and attachments. Your tapas is your choice to renounce the unhelpful habits and transform to your highest potential. Maybe return back to your meditation choice, whether it just be visualization of your budding flower, or maybe you continue to change your choice. Through austerity and surrender, you'll find sanguinity through your transformation. Working to heal the light within, working to heal the flower so you might bloom. So you might express unconditional love and embrace everyone and you through your life of serendipity. About being who you are. Maybe then sitting face to face with that version of yourself. That's the true version of yourself. Imagine this open moment. Notice what it feels like to feel safe and accepted. Instantly achieve above. Feel the pressure from the roof of your mouth into that third eye. Inhale, breathe in through the nose, hold the belly in, hold the belly, the chest, lift the heart, just breathing in, keep gazing up, Shambhala, and hold the tension at the top. Where the mind goes, all follows. The engagement of the belly, hold for 10 seconds or longer, to stop. Releasing the breath. Yep, so now, taking that attention in once more. Breathe in through the nose, hold the belly in, chest up, lifting in, tension at the top. Hold all five. Use your proprioception to notice the room around you, to notice the space. Release the breath with your body. Releasing the engagement of back to your visualization. And then let it fall. Option to also take a butterfly variation of the Shavasana. Release the internal. we have a chance to tighten and bloom more than once. But even spirits get turned in on themselves enough. They grow accustomed to being close. And if you're right within, what is that self-discipline you are giving yourself to evolve into the person that you want to be? If you're ready, please meet me in the seated position. And then close your eyes. I wish you guys grace and faith today. And just know that accepting your challenge and should follow is how you get out of just your daily stuff. Shanti, 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 and peace, peace, peace. So much gratitude and research, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. This morning is okay. 1, 2.
How does everybody feel?